guys, it's Holly, and here comes Candy, and we're going to open the last day of the Advent calendars for you guys, and one of them actually has 25, so we're going to be opening both of them today. Dupe.
OMG.
Dupe.
No.
See, she threw me with the OMG again. Oh, we got a stocking. It's new.
The last day was the best day because it wasn't a dupe.
Well, there was a couple other days that weren't dupes. So we'll have to look at those and share them with you. I'm going to not open that because I want to get into this calendar and open the last one of these. It's Santa's popping out of the chimney. There's him popping down the chimney and him coming out of the chimney.
Nice.
Cool!
You connect them, you can see them from both sides.
Oh, yeah. You could do this. Cool. Okay, on to the tea calendar. That calendar goes down there. We have 2 days on this one, but I'm going to open one and then have you open that calendar, and then we'll open the last one on this one.
Alright.
Uh-oh. Almost got my nail stuck. Okay, we have the peppermint candy. Okay, your turn.
That was easy. In my defense, I kind of already answered that one.
You know what we can do? We can actually do this.
Pop it out. Maybe. Don't bump the tree.
And it's a snowman sun catcher. Okay, that's that one. And last, but definitely not least, the 25th, which would be for tomorrow, but I'm not coming back. You can't make me. Winter warmer. Interesting. There's the 25 bags of tea. All in one. Okay, guys. We'll see you next year. Hope you enjoyed seeing us in the videos. If so, don't forget to comment who's your favorite elf. It's me. It's me. It's Holly. Holly Mistletoe.
Candy ribbon here.
Holly
Vote for
Mistletoe.
Me. Vote for me.
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 Me. We'll catch you next year. Bye. Hey guys, it's Joy, and I'm back with my PG&D for the week. It was supposed to be something different than what it's going to be because I got frustrated with myself, and I said to myself, realistically, is this a project that's good for now or for down the road when you're not pushing to get everything accomplished by a certain date? And when I stopped and evaluated it, I realized that part of personal growth and development is to know your limits and know when you need to say, no, I can't do this. Not because I can't do it physically, but mentally my mind is not ready to take it on. And if I push it, am I pushing myself to the brink of I'm going to have a problem? And I was. So I says, okay, take a step back, reevaluate the situation. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and say, is this the right move for me? And for me, no, it wasn't the right move to make this item at this moment. As I started in on it, I was almost breaking down in tears. That's not a good place to be with your personal growth and development. When it's causing you to want to just scream at the top of your lungs or hurt yourself in any way, that's not good. If it makes you feel worse about yourself, that's not personal growth and development. So I said, at this moment, I feel like I'm stupid. I don't want to do this. So I stepped back and I says, it's not personal growth and development. Let's shut it down. So instead, I'm going to take another friend's suggestion because they gave me extra suggestions and I had extra ideas of what I could do. But I'm going to put a twist on it that's my own. They recommended taking and reading a book about anxiety and talking about how it affected me or how it helped me or what I learned from the book, basically. I've been reading a lot of different little anxiety books and how to overcome or work through it and stuff. A lot of great stuff I'm learning. I love those books. I've showed them in a few videos, but I wanted to talk more about books that are journal prompts because these are the ones I'm getting the most good out of. And if you suffer anxiety like I do, some of these might be good for you to work with. I'm going to show you the 4 I've worked with, the one I'm working with, and the 3 that I've already done. They're interesting, and I'm looking at some more because I really want to keep doing this because it's so calming. I have mornings where I'll get up and I don't feel well in the morning, and I think a lot of it's just I overheat at night and then I'm anxious because of that. And so when I get up in the morning, or if mom's not feeling good, I get anxious. I like to sit down, we'll sit in the living room, we'll put on a movie that we've seen a million times. While she sleeps in the chair, I work on what I call homework. And I always assign myself journal prompt book for the week. Sometimes I'll work ahead because I'm anxious, and it really does help. So I want to show you the one that started it. And a friend from high school gave me this as a gift when I was going through a really rough patch in life. You guys watched back in 2019, you know that I had heavy bleeding with my period, and I had some issues. And I was freaking out. Well, my friends gave me this and a couple other items. Oh, some pens that I use all the time. I used them in my journal book for next year. That I created my own kind of journal prompt book, but I'm going to continue using other ones too. It's called I Am Awesome, Here's Why. I've also given this to the friend that recommended this video because I got so much good out of it. So what I did, when I did this, I took another journal book and I took one of my Dollar Tree journal books and wrote it into that. Because I wanted to be able to redo this down the road if I ever wanted to. And it's such a nice book. When I bought it on Amazon for the person. But it is such a good one. And the sticky note was my marker. It has so many great activities. There's things that you read. It talks about self-confidence and all that. Anyway, there's part 1 was confidence, I think. Yeah, part 1, confidence begins with you. And it had reading in that one. I think that was all read. Then it get into part 2 was the activities. Okay, so the activities were things like write out your epic life. You know, what was your epic life? Extinguish the negative. Block out the noises. Turning to your inner circle. This was fun. I did a survey online and asked people to do it. And then I figured out what they did, you know, what people say about me and stuff, and it was kind of really cool. Some of these I'm seeing again in the one I'm working on, but it was really cool because some of the things that people say about you, you hope people are saying about you, but you don't always see that other people would say it. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say, guys? But they had so many different, spread the love, so many good ones. Make a mood boosting playlist. So many good little activities. And I really loved this book. It was really great. And like I said, I would highly recommend it. I learned a few things, you know, through it. And some of them I'm redoing in other journal prompts and in future books that I'm working on for myself. It is interesting to look at. There's a couple that I never did finish, like tracking my Z's. I never did finish. I'm planning to do that next year in another journal, another process. I think there was 2 or 3 that I didn't finish out of this book. But yeah. So, what did I learn from it? I learned that there are things that I can control, things I can't control. And when I can't control it and it's causing anxiety, I saw a few different ways that I could work through it. Like, it kind of got me back into my coloring. After I'd done a couple of these journal prompts, I got back into my coloring. In the last couple weeks, I have this color by numbers book that I got from the dollar store. And I've been coloring a page. And sometimes I'll just color a little bit on the page. Sometimes I do the whole page. And it kind of just recenters me to do that. So there's 110 lists, activities, and prompts to remind you how amazing you are in this book. So that one was really good. The next one I got from Target. Actually, I did 2 of them together. And this was your Brightest Life Journal, which I just finished 2 weeks ago. And this one was more activities. And it had a lot of free writes. Again, I did it in another book. And I also had bought a spare one so I can give to somebody. Because I said in case I liked them, I was going to buy a spare one. I could always donate them someplace if I didn't like them. And because somebody might like them. But it had things like, again, there was confidence involved. Free writing segments. It had exploring new territories. And you got to name your territories. And create your own, what you wanted to call, you know. and it was things you wanted to try. Like they had a ceramicist cove or short story land. You got to name your little islands what you wanted to name them. And I don't remember what I did. The book has been put away. So your core compass. And this one here was a hard one for me to do. I had to do it my own way because I know what my core values are because of working at a summer camp that gave me an idea of core values, which I realized were always my core values. It's called CEFPQ. Q is spelled CEFPQ. Okay? So the C is for community. For me, my community is very important, and I like to do things for my community. As you guys have seen through my box videos where I go out and deliver boxes, like boo boxes and Santa sacks and all that. So I'm always striving to make my community better in some way, or to help my community out in some way. It's not just those things, but other ways, like going in when I go into the store and smiling at people, or when I could, now I can't through my mask, but having a kind word for somebody. So community has always been important to me. Excellence. I'm always striving for excellence, but here's the catch for you guys that don't know me. I will always tell you I will never be excellent. I will never be excellent at any one thing. I can never hit the top-notch excellence because there's always another notch. You can never hit perfection on any one goal because there's always something that you're not doing that you could be doing. So, with that in mind, I'm striving for my excellence. What is the top notch I can reach? And once I reach that notch, can I reach a little higher? And I keep doing that. And I've always done that, and that's why when I did my work evaluations when I worked at the college, my boss would sometimes give me a 5, which was the top number I could get, and I'd be like, I need a 4. And she's like, we have to have some 5s or you might lose your job, kind of thing. And it's like, well, I don't feel like I do, And then when I explained it to her, she goes, okay, on these I'll give you that, but this one I had to give you a 5. And it's like, okay, fine. So, for me, I feel like there's never a excellence point that I will reach where I feel I get a 5 on something, okay? Which is fine. I'm good at being a 4. I'm good at being a 4 on everything. And I strive for at least a 4 on every life goal that I have. Now, when I don't hit it, it's okay. I need to step back and try to relearn. So that's what excellence means to me, how I view excellence. If you want more on that or you have questions about what I mean, please let me know. I'll try to be more clear. I'm a little scattered this morning. F is fun. Hello, who doesn't want fun in their life? I believe in fun being a big part of my life. And for me, that may mean writing on a story. It might mean going out in the summer and playing in a kiddie pool with my neighbor kids, or going swimming at my neighbor's pool, the other neighbor's pool, or playing with a dog, or, going to a movie with my family. For me, fun is, we all know what our fun is. And for me, it's just spending time with the people that matter to me, or doing something that picks me up off the ground when I'm feeling bad. Okay, P is personal growth and development. You guys know that is one of my core values. I'm always doing that. That's what this video is. And so we teach that to the kids at camp, that, try out new activities. Go try archery for the first time if you've never done it. So that's me. I'm always trying to do new things when I can, trying to take on old things that scare me, and just trying to constantly move forward with my growth. Then Q is quality relations or quality relationships. I can never remember how it's actually, but quality relations. And for me, that is always bettering my relationships with the people that are in my life, trying to continue to keep that bond from breaking. Whenever I lose a friend, which I've done over the years, I've had some friends that I've lost. I had one that told me I was too childish and that I treated her like a child, and it was actually the reverse. She treated me like a child, and I was older than her. And she was very childish. And so, in that respect, letting go of the relationship, it was a toxic relationship. And it was hard, but I had to do it for the betterment of both of us. So, when I did the core value one in here, I had to do it my own way. Because they had me circle all the things that I considered important, then figure out which ones were my core values and all that. And I did it my own way but I still, it made me realize that something I was taught at camp was something I had always used, and I still do. And so, but this journal book, again, it gave me it kind of helped me see what I'm really wanting to do with my life. It was kind of helping you refocus your energies. And one of the things that I realized I was writing a lot about was my writing. I wanted my writing to be my main focus again, because I've always dreamed of being an author since I was a kid. I never realized that was the actual goal, what my career life wanted to be. I always thought I wanted to be a secretary or a teacher. I did my elementary, I had an associate's degree, and decided after an observation class where I had to go into classrooms and check out teachers, I didn't want to be a teacher. I wasn't cut out for that life. I also did religion class teaching, so I had some experience with teaching, and I just realized I wasn't cut out for that life. I have done secretarial work because I was an office assistant at the college and I was the travel assistant at the camp. And in both, I was doing office work. So I have fulfilled that goal, and I actually have fulfilled both goals, and neither one were satisfying to me. I later decided computers were for me. After doing my internship, that wasn't a satisfying job. And in doing this book here, what I learned through working through my anxieties about what life is and all that, I learned that my biggest goal in life, and my biggest goal has always been my writing. And I've always wanted to do that. And when I left camp my first summer, I said I was going to take the year off and try to write. And I have not went back to work other than 5 other summers at camp since, but that's because I ended up taking care of my parents. And I don't regret that. I'm glad I made that decision to be here and take care of my parents, and didn't have to put my dad in a nursing home other than there was one time we put my dad in a nursing home, and that was because he had to go through rehab for walking and that because of a medication that had messed up his system. In doing these journal prompts, I learned a lot about who I am, where I've went, where I'm going, and all that. So they've been helpful. This is my listography one. This one was just a bunch of little lists. You list your favorite bands. List your biggest pet peeves. And that. I think there's a couple I didn't complete on this one, too. Because maybe they just didn't register with me. But it was interesting to be able to go back and try to remember all the years, what I did. And there was a couple that I couldn't stop my list. And there was a couple where it was like, I have nothing to list. So it was kind of interesting to see how that worked. So I learned a lot through these journal prompting books. And if you have anxiety, I'm seriously recommending them. The one I'm working on now is the No Worries Workbook. It's 124 list activities and prompts to get out of your head and on with your life by Molly Buford. And I am enjoying it so far. The first one was breaking up with worry. It was a letter to break up with worry. And so I rewrote that into my journal book and filled in the blanks that I needed to fill in. I will make copies of the pages when it's coloring pages or something so I can do them. But then if I want to go back through, I can do it again. And otherwise, I try to just, do it in my journal book the best I can. Hand draw it or whatever. So, the last one was, again, there's an anti-worry playlist. So, the mood boosting one, now this is an anti-worry. Stop the spiraling. It gives you some suggestions for how to stop from spiraling. I kind of jotted down that into my book instead of doing anything, and then it goes add your own. So I'm trying to come up with 10. Since they gave me 10 here, I'm trying to come up with 10 of my own. And so I think I did come up with 10. But I'm working on this one, and it's seeing how a lot of times what it is just taking a moment to step away from the anxiety and do something else and refocus the energy. And that's what I'm learning through these journal prompt books, is that I need to stop, refocus my energy, and not let the anxiety win. So I'm hoping that's kind of what my friend wanted me to do for this video. I hope that it kind of explains how my personal growth and development works, and that for those of you that know that I am a Catholic and don't attend church on a regular basis, I do it through internet. Why haven't I done that as a PG&D? Partly because it's kind of hard to get to Mass with having to take care of Mom and having to know, some days Mom's just not capable. It's on Mom. Sometimes it's on me, my anxiety's flaring or whatever. And when my anxieties flare, it's like that would be a great time, right? You'd think church would be a good place for that. As I finally realized a couple weeks ago, I finally understood why I don't take that on as a PG&D. To go to the movies, I don't know the people around me. I'm never going to see those people again, more than likely. Maybe I'll run into somebody I know, but I'm not going to have a whole place filled with people I know. And that are going to be concerned if I start freaking out and walk out. Well, what happened? What's wrong? And you don't have to answer a ton of questions about it. And for me, I'm very, in a way, I'm private with certain things, or I want to talk in my time. I want to explain it in my time. I sometimes will want to talk right away, or I want to be like, I feel like you deserve an explanation or whatever. And so sometimes I want to do it. But at church, it feels weird because it feels like I'm taking away from the focus of church if I do that. And I feel like I'm drawing attention to myself, and I don't want to do that. And I feel like people have the best of intentions, but at the same time, they make me very uncomfortable and add to the anxiety, because it's like, now I've got to explain why I ran out of church, or, which I wouldn't run out, I'd walk out as quickly as I could. But so knowing the people and knowing their intentions doesn't help, because Mom, when I'm in a panic attack, can massively set off another panic attack because she's worrying about me. And then I'm worried about her worrying about me. And then it's a vicious cycle. And so it's one of those things where I just want to take my time to re-enter that world when I feel it's the right moment. I do go to weekday masses every once in a while. The last time I went was the day I had an allergic reaction to, we figured it out, it was at the hospital, not at the church. I thought I had been at the church, but it was at the hospital that I had the allergic reaction. The reason we figured this out is because Mom had the same allergic reaction a few months later at the same place. So we're 99.9% sure there's a tree at that hospital we're both allergic to. Or something in their air out there that happened to hit us at the wrong time. But I do once in a while go, we were going to try to do it this week, but Mom hasn't been up to it both days. I kind of let her guide me on that. I said, hey, do you want to go to church or do you want to do it on TV? She wanted to do it on TV. So, part of it, I think, is that she doesn't want to put a burden on me, because I'm the one that has to get her in and out of the car. I have to set up the walker. I have to walk with her. If we don't take the walker, she takes the cane. She's pulling on my arm, I get very sore muscles when Mom pulls on my arm, because Mom puts her hand here and she'll drag me back because I'm moving too fast. And sometimes I'm like pulling her forward. So, we pull on one another a little bit too much. So that's why the walker has become this year's goal. To use it more. So, but the doctor wanted her to use it more. Now, a couple times we haven't been able to for various reasons, but we're going to start using the walker more often. But I feel like I covered everything I wanted to. If you guys have any suggestions for journal prompt books, such as these, please let me know. I'm always looking for a good journal prompt. The one Mindy picked out for a video that's coming up for me wasn't what we thought it was going to be. But if you have a good one for me, please let me know. I really appreciate the friend that got me into this with this book here. I mean, this was what started my journal prompting. And I am so grateful for it, because it has made me focus energy in a different way and made me want to take on more challenges and made me want to try going to the movies or try doing this or try doing that, where before I wasn't wanting to. I was getting too much in my own head. And now, after doing some of the journal prompting, I realize that it's also making me realize that, hey, some of these things I've been doing all along are the right things to be doing. I'm just doubting myself, and I shouldn't be doing that, because I'm amazing the way I am, and I know my body, and I know when to say enough is enough, and I just need to listen to that a little more clearly. So, I hope this gave you a good look at why I do PG&D, as well as what PG&D means to me, and what my PG&D is, why I do the ones I do. If you have questions about the personal growth and development going forward, please let me know. Or if you have suggestions for things I should do, like I took on the bridge this month, as you guys saw, and you'll have seen in the another video, I did just a movie the one time. Then I did a movie with the bridge. So I built on it a little bit. And then going out to lunch and all that. So if there's stuff that you think I should try to do, or if you have suggestions for things that, maybe I should look into for books or anything, leave them in the comments below or email me. I love to hear from you guys, or send me a letter at my P.O. Box, P.O. Box 520, Coal Valley, Illinois, 61240. That will be in the description box below. And I hope you all have a wonderful day filled with lots of love and laughter. I hope your saddest day in the future is only as sad as your happiest day in the past. And until next time, bye guys.